Hey guys, I am going to get my car washed. Woohoo! I know you're excited because I know how much you love going through the car wash. You're like, what? Yes, you do. You love it. Yeah, my car is pollen and pollutant-ified, so it's time to do a quick rinse through the drive-thru. Yeah, this car wash always sneaks up on me, and I have to go really slow so I make sure I don't miss it, but that pisses off the people behind me. Inevitably. Should I get the interior cleaned? Probably, but I don't have the time for that right now. I feel for these employees out here because it actually is a little cold. I would not want to be standing out here, but they look well dressed. Speaking of dressed, I'm wearing my coffee sweatshirt, and this is a little vest that I got from Fabletics a long time ago. I love it. I mean, I don't wear it that much because, hello, it's not the kind of thing you really need here. So today I filmed a video for you all on the new e.l.f. line, which should be up. I'm thinking it'll go up the Friday before this video goes up, so the day before. Yesterday it should have been up if I play my cards right. Anyways, yeah, you know, when I do skincare product reviews, when I point out certain ingredients that might be irritating, it's not to fearmonger them. It's so that people who develop irritation, they kind of have an idea of what might be causing it. They always try and tempt me with the unlimited wash club. Anyway, what I was telling you guys is, you know, pointing out ingredients that can be irritating or saying like, yeah, I really wish they didn't put these ingredients in because they're commonly irritants. It's not meant to fearmonger around those ingredients, but like, you know, people are trying to make a decision on whether or not to buy something. So having that information is helpful to other people. So just because an ingredient is not irritating or problematic to you, you know, it doesn't mean that someone else may not have encountered an issue with it and not even realize that, hey, it's probably this ingredient that my skin doesn't handle well. So that is why I point out that in my reviews. I feel like people, not necessarily my audience, but there is a lot of emotion, especially like around certain brands. The car wash guy is like, who films the car wash? I do because they love watching it. Like, all right, we are all so fresh and so clean. Always feels good to get the car washed. I don't know why. I mean, I'm inside. It's not like I feel dirty. I also think that when it comes to skincare product reviews, you know, I like to help you guys who may have developed irritation navigate like what product types, what ingredient formulations may be problematic for you or may have been responsible for issues that you encountered in the purchase in the past, so that you don't repurchase the same kind of stuff and waste your money. Like, you guys seem to really be enjoying my videos on different types of diets. Comment below, are there any other like strange diets out there where people are claiming give them glowy skin? I know gluten-free has been a thing for a while, so I've got that video. Keto I've got. You know, a diet that actually is evidence-based for hypertension that you never hear people hyping up or like promoting, I guess because there's not much that can be sold around it. I don't know. And that's the DASH diet. Now, I'm not a cardiologist, so I'm not going to pretend to know what all the DASH diet entails, other than it emphasizes like a sodium restriction for high blood pressure. But it's otherwise like, I mean, it's a really healthy diet, but you never hear anybody talking about it. And I just think that's odd. I'm headed over to Rice Village because I'm in the mood to go shopping. Big surprise. You guys know I love to go shopping, even though I do not like spending money. This intersection always skeeves me out because it's like a blinking yellow turn arrow. I just kind of feel like how does that like really help the flow of traffic to have a blinking left turn yellow arrow? Left turn, yield on flashing yellow arrow. Like, okay. I like a green arrow that just tells me I'm safe to go. Because a yellow arrow is one of those where it's like kind of you're on your own. Proceed with caution. The Blue Hand, I haven't been in there in a while. Maybe we'll slither on in there, although I think I don't have that much time. I want to go clothing shopping for clothing. Try on some pants. Right now, one of the things I am in the market for, but I struggle to find, A, is a new purse. I kind of want a new purse. And B, are shoes. And the reason for this is that I don't buy leather. I'm not a big shoe bag clothing gal either. Like, I'm not high maintenance, you guys know. I mean, I'm really not. I'm the type of person, too, that, like, I'm perfectly fine. I was trying to get it to... What am I supposed to push? Okay. I'm perfectly fine if I can get away with it, just, like, throwing my keys and wallet, the bare minimum, in a pocket. I used to do that a lot when I lived in New York, just to keep my hands, you know, less on me. But yeah. Ooh, got a spot here. This particular parking garage, I think it's free for like the first 2 hours, and there's no way I'm going to be in here longer than 2 hours. This area, the shops in here, they get some good shops, but they turn over, as in like they go out of business pretty quickly because the rent is too dang high here. It's really high, like for the shops and stuff. It's unfortunate because a lot of really cool little like small mom and pop type businesses have come and gone, and it's sad they have to go because they can't afford the rent. Fortunately, British Isles, one of my favorite stores in this shopping center, has managed to keep going strong. I'm gonna zip up this. I'm a fan of these zip-up vests. I've always been a fan of these zip-up vests because with a coat, if you're wearing like a nice sweatshirt and it's not that cold, I find the coat, it can make you feel a little restricted. And then if you've got long hair, see, you can probably tell, but this kind of coat material, it makes your hair like static palooza. You have to like rub a dryer sheet on it, which I did not do. So far I'm okay, but I was gonna come out with my hair down and I decided to put it in a ponytail because I just cannot handle all that like static life force. Anyways, let's go. This is a new shop, Task. I've never heard of it. It's got like a little panda icon. Is it all menswear? Oh, it's bamboo. Yes, I'm gonna come in here. Alright, so I came in here to Banana Republic. I actually danced into the loft, but they didn't have anything that I was interested in. They had a plethora of like brightly colored heart Valentine themed tops. And I was like, that's gonna get old in a couple of weeks. So let's skip on over to Banana Republic. And these jeans I found, they are 50% off. I think you probably can't tell, I sort of just blend into the floor. But I think they fit pretty well. I might get them. I don't think you guys could see these at all. Here, I'll come up close to the light here. Maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of dead in here. Like, I'm the only customer and it's huge. So, like, I let myself into the fitting room. It's totally different. I guess the employees aren't like needed to man the fitting rooms like they used to. Times they are changing. Anyways, I think I might get these. They're comfortable. It's got the ankle monitor. Some jazzy socks in here. So I did in fact get those jeans, and they were on sale. They were originally like $110. They were on sale for $90, and then they were an additional 50% off. So I got a steal on these jeans. Honestly, it never pay full price at Banana Republic, ever. Well, that being said, their sale rack was very skimpy. I remember back in the day, I would go into a Banana Republic and it would be like, you could go to the back and they had tons and tons of clothes, but this one, they didn't have much on the sale rack. I was kind of shocked, but I guess, you know, with everything going on, supply chain issues and whatnot. But speaking of sale, Bath and Body Works, I haven't been in Bath and Body Works in a while. They're having a huge sale on all their winter candles, and just because the holidays are over doesn't mean we can't have holiday smelling candles. So I got some. They were like 50% off. Dealio! This candle, okay, it's the hot cocoa and cream, but they come out with the same candle every year and they just call it something different. It's like a hot chocolate. Oh, it's so good. If you've been watching me since like the very beginning, I think it was my first or second Christmas on YouTube holiday time, this candle I was obsessed with. It was my very first year on YouTube over the winter holidays. I was all about this. And I think the candle at the time was like a mint green color, same exact scent. It's like a hot cocoa. I love it. So I got that one. And then I also got, speaking of mint green, I got this one mostly because, hello, the jar is gorgeous, but it's the peppermint hot chocolate. So it's kind of the same scent as the hot chocolate, but with a little bit of a peppermint. Actually, the peppermint's pretty strong, but it's kind of like a, is it a candy cane peppermint? A little bit of a candy cane, but it definitely has that chocolate. Have you ever had the peppermint Tootsie Pops? Love those. Anyways, that kind of smells like the peppermint Tootsie Pop. And then I also got spiced apple toddy. How pretty is the label? This one smells like falling leaves or sweater weather. It kind of smells like sweater weather. That candle from Bath and Body Works kind of smells like that. So I decided to get that because I really like that scent. You know, Bath and Body Works candles, they can kind of be hit or miss. But yeah, these were a really good deal. They were on sale, 50% off. So they're they're expensive, $25.50 at baseline, but I got them for $12.75. So I ain't mad at that price for these scents. And currently I'm burning I want to say Blood Bath and Beyond. I'm currently burning Tuscany Candles Cafe Mocha, one of my favorite scents. My favorite Tuscany candle scents are Cafe Mocha and Lemon Sugar Cookie. As a matter of fact, once I make my way through these, hold me to this. I think I'm going to go back to Lemon Sugar Cookie because I don't think I've burned Lemon Sugar Cookie in like a couple of years now, and it's seriously one of my favorites. I almost bought it the other day when I got the Mocha, Cafe Mocha or whatever. Why do I feel like I'm missing something? Oh, probably because I usually put stuff like that in my trunk, but I think I'll put it in my trunk because I'm going to make a pit stop and I don't want to have to be seen putting stuff in my trunk. Yeah, crime is on the rise. I'm a little bit paranoid about getting mugged. Some mysterious fluid under my car, but it's not coming from my car. I think somebody just spilled their drink. But back in the day, when I was in college, I had a car that was prone to leaking mysterious fluids, and I was always so embarrassed by it because it wasn't such a big deal like in a parking lot or something like this, but I would never want to park in someone's driveway because I knew that would happen. It's like, an incontinent vehicle. It was not a good look, but hey, I was lucky to have a car for sure. I lost track of time as to how long I was in there. Hopefully I don't have to pay for parking. I don't think I should have to pay for parking. Which way should I go? I'm gonna go this way, because why not? But you know I'm a huge fan of scented candles. Oh jeez. Sorry about that. I didn't really secure you guys too well there, so you may take a nosedive. Anyways, I'm a huge fan of candles. Like I have to have a candle all the time. But when I point out fragrance and skincare products, like pointing out that it is a common allergen in skincare products and a common reason for problems to skincare products like irritation, redness. It can worsen hyperpigmentation secondary to the irritation. It can worsen redness. Some fragrance compounds are vasodilatory. Blah, 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 blah. But candles, they can cause a lot of issues too for people, like asthma flares for sure, runny nose, and that kind of thing. So I live by myself, so whatever. But I'm always surprised when I go in like a business and they're burning a scented candle, and it's like a scented candle with a really strong throw, and I always enjoy that. But I think to myself, like, this must be making some people miserable and keeping them from shopping in your store, because there are certain perfumes. I like perfume, but there are some perfumes where I cannot be around a person if they're wearing. I've mentioned this to you guys before. I think it's like, I want to say, the chocolate bar. The chocolate bar got a facelift. It kind of looked different. New branding or whatever. Anyways, what I was telling you guys is, what was I telling you? Yeah, some fragrances, you got a little piece of fuzz on you. Some perfumes, I think those with bergamot in them, perhaps it's bergamot. They have like this metallic, tinny scent to them. Instant debilitating headache, and I'm not prone to headaches or migraines or anything like that. So yeah, that is one thing where I'm just like, bye! I can't be around somebody who has one of those colognes or perfumes on. It just makes me nauseous to the nines. Comment below if you're like that with certain scents. So I was telling you guys about how the rent is too dang high in this place, and if you're from here and you haven't lived in Houston for a while, but you used to live here, you'll know the half-price books that was in Rice Village. Unfortunately, it had to leave because the rent was just too dang high, which is a huge disappointment because there's currently nothing in that shop where the bookstore used to be. I don't know if anything's going to go in there or what, but I used to love going in there and just wandering around because, I don't know, Barnes & Noble, is it just me? They don't have that many books anymore. It's like, I mean, it's still fun to go in Barnes & Noble, don't get me wrong. But if I'm serious on the hunt for some books, like good books, I don't go to Barnes & Noble. Because, I mean, yeah, they'll have maybe some things that I want. But you don't, like, I don't know. They only seem to carry, they have a very limited selection, I will say. Given that it is a massive bookstore retail chain or whatever. Do you guys remember Books A Million? Who's old enough to remember Walden Books? I remember that place. It was always in the mall back in the heyday of malls. We had Walden Books and KB Toys. Do you remember that? See, watching that documentary the other day on Amazon Prime about the death of malls got me thinking about the stores they used to have in malls. They used to have this one called KB Toys, and it was the most odd, obnoxious kind of thing. Outside of the toy store, they would always have these little, and see, they don't even have these kind of toys anymore because nowadays kids would just not be entertained by these, but we didn't know any better and thought they were the coolest things ever. These little, like, not wind-up toys, but kind of battery-operated versions of wind-up toys, like a little dog that would walk around in a circle. I mean, we thought that those were just so cool. So there was that store, and then who doesn't remember our Sharper Image? Sharper Image was like the coolest thing ever. They yeah, you could just spend hours hanging out in Sharper Image, playing around with all the stuff that they had. It was like high-tech stuff back then. I mean, like, I don't know, I remember that was the first place I encountered a hairdryer with the ionic setting or whatever, and it was just so high-tech and futuristic. And I remember they also had this pen that would like mold to the shape of your fingers. It had like a cushion on it. And now, I mean, those kind of things are a dime a dozen, but for whatever reason, it was like you had to go into Sharper Image and fondle this pen as part of the mall experience. I mean, there were just like certain things when you went to the mall that you had to do, and I was like, gosh, the things that entertained us back then, I don't even know. That was one of them, you know, just going into Sharper Image. And then later on, they had, oh shoot, I didn't mean to go that way. Later on, they had Hot Topic, and that was more of an adult-ish store. Some of my friends were not allowed to go on Hot Topic because their parents thought it was devilish. Anyways, that store, oh, speaking of not being allowed to, one store that was like tongue-in-cheek back then, and like your parents were not too happy about you going in, was Spencer's. And now the stuff that they had in Spencer's seems completely tame in comparison to the kinds of things that kids are exposed to, especially on the internet. But I remember Spencer's used to carry like this key ring that was a turd, and we just thought that was the funniest thing ever. What else did they have in there? And then they would have a lot of like novelty t-shirts and stuff. Yeah, that was a store. And then Things Remembered. If you were going to the mall to get a serious gift, you would go to Things Remembered, and they had like stuff that was just the kind of stuff that people felt like they had to buy and give to somebody. But honestly, in all reality, I don't think most people really needed that stuff or wanted it. It'd be like, you know, a desk placard. It was a store of stuff that you could buy, and then you had them engrave it with the individual's name. So that was another thing. Then I remember when Build-A-Bear came along in the late 90s, early 2000s. That, I was, you know, an adult at that point for sure, but I was like fascinated by Build-A-Bear, and I was always like conflicted because it would be all these small children, but as an adult, I kind of wanted to go in there and Build-A-Bear. And I remember back in the day when Umbro shorts were popular, I just could not stomach the idea of spending they were $20 back then for a pair of shorts, and now that is a steal, but back then it seemed like so much money. Yeah, but Umbro shorts, when they were having their heyday, I remember just not being able to stomach the idea of shelling out $20. Plus the uniform with the Umbro shorts, the way you had to wear them, I don't know who came up with this idea. I mean, I guess because of they were for soccer. And the look was to wear the Umbro shorts and then to wear white bike shorts on underneath. And I think the reason for that is because back then schools had like, at least my schools had these dress codes. I know schools still have dress codes, but like you couldn't wear any kind of shorts that, like, you had to wear those underneath them, because you couldn't wear any kind of shorts where if you put your leg up, then people could see up your shorts, kind of a thing. That was like forbidden. We had all these strange dress code rules in my middle school, especially. Like, you had to, if you were wearing shorts or a skirt, you had to get down on your knees, and if the bottom of the shorts or the skirt did not touch the ground, they were considered too short, and you would have to change your clothes. You know, you'd have to have some, they had clothing in the principal's office, which you would not want to have to wear for the rest of the day. It'd be humiliating. I remember that. And the other thing that was forbidden, as far as clothing with our dress code, was sweatpants. And I could never figure out like what the deal was with sweatpants. And they would always give these nebulous reasons too, because that's another thing about me. I have always been, you know, I rein it in more now that I'm an adult and grown. But when I was a kid, I would just like, I didn't have any filter, and I would just question stuff like, because I wanted to know the reason. It wasn't like I was defying authority. I just kind of wanted to know what the underlying purpose was. and they would always give this vague reason. Like, I remember one teacher I had, I was questioning the dress code because and granted, I was always a very conservative dresser, so it's not like these rules really even applied to me. I was already obeying them just based on how I chose to dress. Anyways, I remember questioning a teacher about it once, and the response was, well, your bodies are changing and we don't want to see it. Okay. Well, hey guys, I just popped out of the shower, did my skincare routine, and putting Vaseline on my lips. I got my alien t-shirt on. Anyways, you guys, speaking of updates and reviews on this brush, the Olivia Garden brush that I got at Ulta, I don't think this is worth it per se. I haven't really been that impressed with it. It's one of those brushes that makes your hair super staticky. Likewise, the teasing comb, I cannot, I think I might actually, I'm tempted to take it back, but I'm gonna experiment more with it. This teasing comb really leaves the hair staticky. And that makes sense because you're basically, you're basically creating charge. But maybe, I think in order to use this, my hair should be maybe a little greasy to not have that issue. But I haven't had great success with either of these. I mean, this is fine, but it's not like, I don't know. I like the handle, I will say that. I need to give it a little bit more time, but in comparison to the brush that I got on the Amazonian, I actually think this is better, personally. But the other one, the Olivia Garden, this one, you can take this part out and like clean it and stuff. So there's that, whereas this, you can't. And this is kind of hard to clean. Like, I take this comb, which I also got on Amazon, and drag it through to pull out the hair. And then I've just been spraying a little vinegar solution, a distilled vinegar solution on the brush to like clean it and disinfect it. Anyways, thought I would update you guys on that. Oh, let me show you the Cocoa Kind Revitalizing Eye Cream. I reviewed these products for you all, and I said I was going to finish the eye cream, even though eye creams are not as necessary. But so far, this one's been pretty nice, but I definitely am not really one to use eye creams, but I have tried other eye creams before though, and one thing that I like about this that those had that this does not is sometimes I find that they get kind of goopy and stringy and migrate into your eyes. So yeah, the eye cream is not too bad. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna wrap it up here, but if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.